men are the prize. Now, this is probably going to be the most pick-me shit I've ever said in my life. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that men are the prize. Men are the prize. Now, when I'm talking about men, I'm speaking about Black men in the United States. Let's do some math. The real math, not that girl shit y'all be doing. Black women make up 7% of the U.S. population. Black men make up 6.5% of the population. You see how that's already less? All right, let's go a little bit deeper. Out of that 6.5% of men, 2.8% of those men are incarcerated. So that leaves you roughly, 3.7% of men to choose from. Oh, but wait, some of those men suck dick. So you have about 0.18% of those men. So what does that leave you with? 3.52% to your 6.98% women. Supply and demand, bitch. You are not the fucking prize. The men are the prize. Because it's less of them and more of us. The shit is fucking simple.
Okay, they told me not to fold this laundry. Yeah. They told me not to pay for dates. Take me through that. Take me through that.
Okay, y'all, hear me out. Okay, hear me out real quick. There is a video trending online right now. There is a nice looking woman with a beautiful red dress on and a small Gucci purse in a restaurant flying a ring, right? And she's like, they told me not to make his lunch. They told me not to do his laundry. And now I got a ring. Not saying that there's anything negative about that, but let me think logically, because my mind instantly has no choice but to think critically, okay? So I'm thinking like, as a woman, I view myself in a high standard, right? And I personally don't understand why women, when they talk about being married or getting proposed to, is always what they're doing to show the man that they can be a wife and a good wife. Like, I cook for him, I clean for him, I wash his, like, damn it, do you wipe his ass too? Are you his fucking caregiver? Are you his mama CNA and all that shit? Like, what did he do for you? Like, okay, like, why do women never think, like, instead of wanting to be validated and chose so bad, do y'all ever sit up and think like, is this man worthy enough of me to take myself off of the market?
I call my husband daddy in the bedroom and sir when he's handling business. I am a wife. I am soft, and I am happier, wetter, richer, and more powerful than 99% of the so-called strong, independent women screaming at me online. Here's why. And the data that will never make you settle for a combative woman ever again. Fact number 1. Women who feel led have 4 times more orgasms. Archives of Sexual Behavior in 2022. This is 15,000 women, okay? Found that women in relationships where the man is the undisputed leader report 4 times more orgasms per week, 70% higher sexual satisfaction, and 3 times more likely to actually initiate the sex themselves. Imagine that. What does this translate to? When she doesn't have to be the man, her body finally relaxes enough to flood. Fact number 2, egalitarian marriages die fastest. A 20-year University of Norway study showed that couples who split chores 50-50 and take turns leading have a divorce rate 50% higher than those where the man clearly leads. Why is this? Because the polarity collapses, the tension dies, and the bedroom gets cold. Fact number 3, masculine leadership creates feminine surrender and insane loyalty. It's as simple as that. When a woman feels her man is fully in charge of direction and protection, her oxytocin, her pair bonding hormone spikes 300%. That is the same chemical that makes new mothers die for their babies. Give her that safety and she will burn cities before she ever betrays you. This is what real submission looks like in my house. He makes the money. I have some side hustles, but when my husband walks through the door, I am barefoot, voice soft, eyes up. I ask, how do you want me tonight, baby? He tells me, I obey. And I fly so high, I forget my own name sometimes because I'm not carrying the whole world. He is. Call it unfair, I call it balance. That's not weakness. It's the smartest trade that I have ever made. Men, stop dating women who hiss at the word submit. They are showing you that they never truly relax around you, that they will never give you that wild, devotional, ride or die love that you are craving. Find the woman strong enough to kneel, secure enough to call you a king without any sarcasm. That woman isn't broken. She is rare. She is peace, and she is the last 10 out of 10 that you are ever going to need. Protect her, lead her, own her, and watch her turn in your entire bloodline into legends. That's biblical, that's biological. That is the cheat code that has been erased. So take it back. I call my husband Daddy.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Makar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters that's out there. On to the like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Different variables of women. One woman understands how precious men is. Another woman celebrating that she was chosen by a man. And she did what she was supposed to do. Simultaneously, then you have the Keishas, I'm not saying all women named Keishas is bad, but that's a typical nigga, a BW name. But you see the jealousy that oozes out. And she brings out all these unnatural facts of self-centered, unfulfilling accolades that's gotten her nowhere. And she's obviously not chosen because, that's what I put in the comment board. When you read the comment board of that particular video, and left of this particular video, you could tell people was like, yep, she's single, she ain't chosen, and none of that. Not this woman. She did her thing. Even though she's acting like a fool, but she did her thing. She got the prize. The prize was the man to be chosen by a man, to bear that man's last name. There's nothing wrong with that. She was excited. All right. She's about to help bring forth a God to this world. But this one over here, the jealousy, she look like a monster. All right. Nobody's going to pick that. How's your education looking real good, right? All those jobs, those spending all those years going to school, giving your time to the man's divorcing your ass. He's cutting you loose. Like, I don't need you no more. You did the damage that was necessary. All right. And you had the Edomite looking woman. She made her statement, and you can see why a lot of people go that route, because who wants to deal with something like this? Seriously, who wants to deal with something like this? She don't know if she's coming or going. Watch, she's combative. Nobody wants to deal with a combative woman. Let's be realistic. All right, men fight for peace, and if you're not given that peace, you need to be dismissed. But soon it's not gonna really matter. What's gonna happen real soon is a lot of people are going to be displaced. A lot of you women you're gonna change real quick. All right, you're gonna go back to that feminine stage. You're gonna wish y'all was chosen. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with being a pick-me. That means that you've been picked, you've been desired. All right, somebody find you worthy to have you around them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, as much as this is why we say the Lord is dealing with the men of Israel, right? And the Lord, what did he tell his disciples? You did not pick me, I've chosen you. The Lord said he chose his people his men out of the world. Matter of fact, we can still get that real quick. St. John, I believe it's 15. Says, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of my Father in my name, he may give it to you. It wasn't, oh, because we're educated, none of that. No. And you best damn believe us as Hebrew Israelite men, if the Lord said, I chose you, you're one of my chosen ones, we're going to be thankful. We're going to be in great, man, that's the most exciting thing that you can ever imagine. So if we're the Lord's wife as the heads of our house, right? Shouldn't you women also want to be chosen? 1 Corinthians 11:3. It says, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushua is Yahweh. All right. So there's always been an order and a structure. Period. And if you're chosen, you will be excited. A lot of these women are gaslit. They've been brainwashed, poisoned, the things of this world. They believed their own delusion that they're the prize. You're gonna real soon, like that woman was breaking down about the statistics, how there's more women than men. When those men that you think they are men, they're gonna fold up like bitches, and then it's gonna get tighter. All right, it's gonna get real tight. This is why all this nonsense is foolish. Matter of fact, real quick, I believe it's 2nd Ezra 16. Real quick, right, 2nd Ezra 16:49. Like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall the righteous hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face when he cometh that shall defend him that diligently search out every sin upon earth. So when that time comes, we're gonna be like talking our shit because the Lord chosen the righteous. The Lord chose. So it's about being chosen. Okay, like I said, that woman that was partying, talking about all this other shit, she still got. Y'all was talking shit. When I did his laundry and this, that, to the third, she got the ring in her finger. She was ecstatic. I mean, is it genuine? It must be because she named she named what the things that she did to get that, proving that she showed her worth. Okay, that's the point. She showed her worth. Ecclesiastes or Sirach 26:1. It says, "Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous wife rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace." Didn't I say peace? Didn't I say that? A man desired is peace. It says, "A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given into the portion of him that feared the Most High." And that's why the Edomite woman, she said it. This is why 99%, 99.9% of quote unquote black women are not going to make it, because the basic standard that you don't want to acknowledge, these other nations are acknowledging it. And they the ones that want to give it to the very man that you shit on, that you don't feel like you have to serve, that you feel like he don't, deserve no loyalty. Y'all gonna pay for that. Straight up and down. Y'all gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for it daily. All right. It says, whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart towards the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with cheerful countenance. These be three things that my heart feareth. If afore I was so afraid, the slander of a city, the gathering together of the unruly multitude, and a false accusation. All these are worse than death. But a grief of the heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communication with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion, which he's the meaning that she will kill him. So these ways of going, and this is why we constantly be saying, stay away from those women. All right, they're not for a man. They're not for the growth of the man. And here it is, all hell hasn't broken loose yet. So when all hell break loose, the Spirit of the Lord is gonna weed these weak, evil two nose ring. All right. If you got like that I don't know, back in the days, women used to look better. they used to wear, they used to look more feminine. All right. That woman looked like a straight up beast. And she's jealous of somebody getting chosen. And that's the same concept of the Lord's elect getting chosen, where 2/3 of the nation is going to be destroyed. Okay, it's no different. It says, I want to get this one. Proverbs 14:1. It says, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands. And there's an epidemic out there. That pandemic is single women household, and the monsters that's created by it. And obviously, the fathers of those children, they didn't choose the mothers. They didn't choose the mothers, or the mothers destroyed that family structure. There's gonna about to be a missing persons report of all the men, because men are gonna get killed out there. They're gonna be destroyed. All right, by wars, famines, all that good stuff. Supply and demand. The demand is going up high. And all you women, y'all better be like that Jake woman. Not like this one over here. She's a monster. You better be like this one. Well, what's her face?
They told me not to make it.
You gotta be like that one. Because you gotta be like this woman on here. When you get chosen, especially when Isaiah 4:1 takes place, oh yeah, you'll be ecstatic. That same energy, you're gonna have that energy. Because being chosen, that's the only way. That's the only way. You know? That's the best way. That means that a Lord chose you. You see that you part of his future. You no longer gotta be out there in your reproach. Women gonna be just like this when it happens. It's just funny as hell though.
Okay, y'all.
They told me not to make his lunch. Oh, okay. They told me not to fold his laundry. Yeah. They told me not to pay for dates. Take me through that. Take me through that.
She said they told me not to pay for dates. So hey, that's what those women, Isaiah 4:1, that's how they're gonna be like. All right? They're gonna be like, goddamn right. It's gonna go how the old ways. Isaiah 4:1. In that day, 7 women should take hold of one man. And they're gonna be sharing. They're gonna be a lot of sister wives. They're gonna have no problem. Okay? They're gonna have no problem at all. And shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. A simple concept, right? which is what? Sex. Let's bond together. Let's be as one. All right. So the man's gonna be one with this wife, that wife, that wife, that wife. It doesn't matter. It's enough of it. Within one man is enough to feed a whole village, if you know what I mean. But and what the scripture says, she shall be saved by childbearing. So when a woman is gonna get chosen that day, she's gonna exude that energy, and she's gonna be in that space. And anybody that's not in that space or this desire is not, you're gonna be thrown to the side. You're gonna be that reproach. All right. It says to take away our reproach, which right here says in NLT, only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. And beyond the old maid thing, y'all just gonna be out there lonely and dry and wishing that you could find somebody. So a tall tale how not to be. All right. So with that being said, son, real quick to the spirit, shalom to the elected nations, shalom.